but snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast, more stomach than
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. I am Rick Camp, alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. And Jay, it has been a week.
I know. I feel like we say it has been a week every week.
Yeah.
But for you, it has been a week.
Yes.
For those that missed it, why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Rick Camp is now married.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that most of the show. There's a lot to talk about. It was a lot of fun. I was there. Good stuff. We've also got a taste test coming up. Cheetos cheese pizza puffs. I found them at 7:23 p.m. tonight.
Nice.
Bit of a surprise. A little quick stop into the snack shop and found them. Got some exciting new food items to tell you about that we'll definitely try by next week. But follow us on all the socials at I'm Fat Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky. Got our YouTube page, youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. We're there live right now. Hello. Hello, YouTube people and people watching on Facebook. Do us a favor. Hit that like button for us. We'd appreciate that. And make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube page as well. And if you're listening on the good old-fashioned podcast, we thank you and love you. We should also tell you that March Fatness is still coming.
Yes.
Wednesday, we will release the selection show and the brackets. And I believe we're beginning voting Wednesday as well.
Thursday.
Okay.
So you get a day to process the bracket. Here's how the formatting's going. At least how it makes sense in our heads right now. So
subject to change.
Yes. Thursday will be the first round for one half of the bracket. Friday will be the first round for the other half of the bracket. Then the week after, Monday will be the second round for one side. Tuesday will be the second round for one side. Then the Sweaty 16 will be Wednesday. The Elite 8 ATE on Thursday. And the Flabby 4 will be on Friday, with the final matching up with the final of the NCAA tournament.
And that is Monday.
Monday, April 7th?
Okay. So I would imagine we should plan on recording on Tuesday.
Yeah.
To do a March Fatness recap.
Sure.
As I'm looking at, that would be April 1st, correct?
I don't know.
Yes. Next Tuesday is April 1st.
Okay.
We would do a Tuesday night show on April 1st.
Okay.
To recap March Fatness.
I might be wrong on my timing then, because the tournament, I believe, ends on the 7th.
Oh. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we've got time. Yes. Anyway, you'll be voting for something this week. We promise.
Absolutely.
And for those that don't know, it is Mr. and Mrs. Zawoski versus Mr. and Mrs. Camp. Actually, no. It's the Mrs. versus the Misters.
Yeah, it's the podcast versus the corrections department.
Correct. Thank you for the correction. Ahead of competing against the corrections department.
Yeah, we got to get on our game.
Yeah. Well, look, no one cares about this right now. Let's talk about the important thing. Rick and Sam got married on Friday night. By the way, shout out Friday night wedding.
Yeah, right?
Top notch, man. That just extends the weekend for everybody.
Yes.
Good move. I like that a lot.
Yes. And for our case, it was a big help to the vendors that were involved, who were incredible. Like every single one of them. So just as a like kind of blanket statement for anybody, if you are looking for a vendor, I can at least recommend who we used, and you can go from there and see if they're a good fit for you. Because everybody that we had that participated in the wedding was fantastic and helped make the whole experience a lot easier for the non-professional like me.
It was, I could tell it was a room full of wedding planners because everything was top notch.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. And it was cool to see the girls that work for the wedding planning both working and partying at the same time.
Yes, yeah, they were like trading off.
Yeah, it was great, dude. Like, I don't even know where you want to start. Your day started way earlier than mine, so why don't you talk us through it, dude? How'd it go?
Okay, I kind of want to start the night before.
Okay.
Because we had the rehearsal over at a Bloomingdale Golf Club, which also, am I biased because I'm now related to the people that run the catering over at Bloomingdale Golf Club? Yes. However, also a very good venue. The food was fantastic, which we will get to. And I would recommend it for anybody's event that they have. So if you're interested in like a shower or a wedding or a golf event, like that type of thing, and you're interested, like I can put you in contact with the right people. So please feel free to reach out to me for that. So the night before we had the rehearsal at Bloomingdale, and then went back to the hotel that we used, which was Eaglewood over in Itasca, which was also like the rooms are huge there for like the regular size of room that you would expect. Big. So that's a one of the great things there. Also, all their amenities are in a like separate building across the parking lot, which I think was kind of cool. And that's where we had the rehearsal dinner, so that everybody who was staying could just have fun there. So in there, they have a really nice pool, a spa, locker rooms and workout, all that type of stuff. They also have like an event space where they have a big bar, pool table, a separate room where they set up like a buffet style meal, huge couch with a TV, and 6 lanes for bowling.
That is awesome.
So we partook in that, and it was like we had like 18 people there. For one thing, like just such a cool balance to be able to have, okay, some people over here shooting pool, some people are just sitting at the bar drinking, some people are, hitting up the buffet, me. And, you could watch TV if you want. And then when the lanes were open, like it was definitely cool. Food wise. So we did have the 3 B's: bar, bowling, buffet.
Yes. Well done.
So the things we had, cheeseburger sliders, pretty darn good. I'm not quite sure what the sauce was. It was, honestly, it could have been some form of aioli, but again, like I just kind of took it as it was.
Probably like Big Mac sauce, right? Like Thousand Island or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Good. I think the best slider that I had was the hot honey chicken slider.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. They were very, very good. There was just chips and guac with salsa. The potato skins were
clutch.
Dude, like the crispiness on the outside, but also they had jalapeno in there too, just to give them that little bit of kick. So you add that in. It was fantastic. There were pulled pork sliders, miso sesame wings. Those, for those that really love like a miso sesame chicken, like those got devoured. A spinach artichoke dip, that's adorable. And then
there was just stands by it.
Right.
Who ordered this?
Right. I think there was a salad. I'm pretty sure there was a salad too, but
yeah,
kind of comes with it. Some people wanted that type of thing.
Decorative.
Shannon. Salted, I'm assuming. Salted caramel brownies were there. Very, very good. I ate around the nuts, so just had to deal with that. There's no good way to say that.
Yeah, just I'll let it go.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
And then kind of like a assorted dessert tray, which had like lemon bars and then like raspberry, almost like a shortbread type thing. Like there were a few options and everybody raved about something. So like that was a great way to start the festivities of, okay, yada, 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 go through the rehearsal. It's whatever. Like when you got enough people there that know what to do and don't mind telling you where to be.
Yeah.
It's tough to mess it up.
Well, I'm really bummed I missed the rehearsal because of the food you're describing mainly. But I called Shannon this week to kind of clarify. All right, like what's the timing going to be? When am I supposed to speak? How long am I supposed to speak for? As I was putting the finishing touches on my speech, and she's like, "All right, I'll see you Thursday night." And I'm like, "The wedding's on Thursday."
No,
because the Hawks played Thursday night, so I couldn't go. But my brain was like, "Wait, Thursday? Oh God, the wedding's Thursday. Oh God, I got to figure this out." It's like, no, it's rehearsal.
Nope.
So I did have a slight panic attack, but after she quickly clarified, I was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So to try and get through some of the more boring stuff, and definitely not the non-food related stuff. We went back and just like had an extra drink at the room, and then kind of went to bed, not early, but at a decent time, just to make sure that we're not just totally dragging ass on the wedding day.
Good thinking.
Yeah. So I got kicked out of the room at 9, so that all the girls were getting ready in the room that Sam and I were in. So it was like one of their smaller suites or something that they had. So while they were doing that, I know I was set to go to lunch with Steve, Jeff, and the girls. So, Charlotte and Amelia, just because, try and give the everybody time to do their hair and makeup and all that type of stuff. So I was just kind of killing time before that, and I was actually kind of like by myself for an hour, which honestly I was kind of here for. Yeah. With everything else going on and like people coming in and out and all this stuff and saying hi, it was like kind of like a cool down moment for me, just knowing what everything else is going to be the rest of the day. So I appreciated that. Real quick. What? Okay.
I didn't say anything.
No, what? No. Especially not. Well, if it was my own room, I would consider
definitely
it.
Did not say you rubbed one out real quick.
Yeah. If it was my own room, I would have considered it, but it wasn't my own room. So
I definitely would not say that on a podcast.
No, of course not. I mean, I guess if there's one to like, just like break the, are we going to not swear and say things? This is the one to do it. So
all right. Fair.
Anyway, so after that, it's really awkward to say I met up with Jeff, Sam's dad, and we went over to Shoeless Joe's for lunch.
I can't help myself.
Steve and the girls there. I know. No, it's all good. So Shoeless Joe's, again, I've mentioned it a few times. Their fried pickles are fantastic. That was the whole reason I wanted to go there for lunch.
Isn't going to Shoeless Joe's before a wedding a bad omen, though? Hey, my wife, she took my shoes. Isn't that like this whole bit? Wasn't that like the whole ad campaign? Wasn't that his ex-wife was a bitch?
Oh, that like his whole marketing? Forgot about that. I mean, to be fair, though, show me the lie.
That's all I think about when I hear that place is that guy really hated his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And he let you know it. Anyway, that place is good, though. In terms of like just quality bar food.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, like I got a steak quesadilla along with, we shared an order of the fried pickles, and they're like jumbo Bavarian pretzel, and had a beer and went back and kind of had to slowly start getting ready. Like we got back a little early, so I was able to kind of just mess around a little bit and just hang out and watch the tournament because the wedding on the first Friday of the tournament. Sorry. Yeah. Illini fans didn't really get to actually watch their one victory in the tournament.
There's never a perfect day.
No, there's not. So, but yeah, then, so a funny thing happened when I was, after getting ready, which by the way, I needed a lot of help to get ready because I never wear dress clothes. So I was more paying attention to the Duke game than me getting dressed. And I may have put the suspenders up before I put the dress shirt on and then started putting the dress shirt on over it. Who's to say? And then Steve and Tim, the camera guy, were like, we were just going to kind of let you go and see where it went.
Just let it play out. Let's see how long it takes.
Yeah. And then the videographer helped me with the tie because I was like very worried about the tie being too short. But he helped me out big time just because, for types, those guys are tying their ties all the time. I literally haven't tied a tie in years. So I did it and it just looked like crap. So he's like, let me help you out here.
Yeah, so, I got mine. I think take 3. I was like, this is good enough.
Yeah.
I just settled. I'm like, fine. It could be worse than this, so I'm going to keep what I've got.
Yeah, so for the first look, we were in the lobby at Eaglewood, which, by the way, is like a cool entrance because there's a big fireplace, and you can look out over the golf course and all this stuff. So I'm waiting for Sam, and there's another wedding that's happening there. And the groomsmen from that one have just come in off their shuttle. And I'm just kind of like hanging out, spacing out a little bit. And then I see a face that looks familiar, like cross my vision. And I must have made a face because it 100% was the guy who plays Winston in New Girl.
Yes, Brian and Sarah saw him too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like just he was a groomsman in the other wedding that was taking place at like a different venue right in the area. But just I was just like, wait a minute. And then like he went to COD and like, so it does make sense because he's from the area too. So that was just kind of a cool moment. And he was like, what's up? So clearly I made some sort of face that he's like, okay, this guy recognizes me.
Yeah,
so
he went to college at DuPage.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of where he went to high school. Oh, Glenbard South. That's right. I just looked it up.
Oh.
Yeah, so right from the area.
Yeah, right there. Okay. That's really cool. So like just seeing him was kind of a cool moment. And obviously the first look was really cool. Sam's dress was like stunning.
Yeah, I've got a picture here. I took this at the what do you call it?
Cocktail hour.
No, yes.
Wedding,
thank you.
Reception.
There it is. Cocktail hour. Reception was what I was looking for. But
yes,
okay. The cocktail hour. And yeah, that dress was cool. And I didn't know that top little like thing across the top there like came off.
Yeah,
so
I didn't
trying
either.
To dance and I can't. And she's like, "Hey, let me take this thing off." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that either. She's like, "Did you know that this part comes off?" And it's like she was almost as excited as any woman is when they have a dress with pockets. Which, by the way, Sam requested that there be pockets built into the dress, and they did it.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Oh, I'm looking at a side picture now. I'm looking at the one of you guys dancing, which I also have ready to go.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see a little bit.
Wait, was it that dress or was it the?
Oh, maybe it was a
different. Yeah, I think it was.
It doesn't look like there's a slit.
This is where the corrections department will come in, and I'm going to get yelled at after the podcast. It's fine.
Correct. You will be.
Yes. And to Christopher Gary. Did I know that things could be taken off from the dress at the end of the night? No comment. But yes.
On the sex.
Yeah. So okay, I'll try and speed this up a little bit.
Oh, it's your wedding, dude.
I know.
That's what he's here for. Me itching my back with the scissors.
Oh, see, I was thinking I did that before we started with my pen that I have here. So after that, we started taking pictures in the lobby and all that type of stuff, and then went to a really cool looking bar that I haven't eaten at, but just like the inside is really cool. 1913 is the name of it. It's in downtown Roselle. It's right by oh God, I'm gonna forget the name of the Pollyanna Brewery. That's in Roselle. It's right by there. In that same area, like very close to the train tracks. So I want to eat there now just because like we took pictures in there and it's a really cool vibe. So took a lot of pictures, got that done. Like Tim was our photographer, and him and his wife Bethany, and they're friends with Sam. They've done a million weddings together. So it was cool to see like people who are actually friends too and have that comfortability with each other interact.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really, really cool. Just as an outsider to be able to see how all these vendors interact with Sam and with all the other planners and that type of thing. Okay, Jim says 1913 has amazing food. Cool. So it matches the decor because I think that place looks really awesome. I think the ceremony was good. Like it was, I was worried it was going to feel like too small of a space because we were trying to do everything at Bloomingdale. But I think for the size of the wedding, which was 80 people, I think it worked out really well.
Yeah, it was great. I will say that a few people were afraid that dresses were going to catch on fire.
Yeah,
because of the candles that were lining the the walkway.
The candles were a surprise. We didn't know there were going to be candles.
It was very cool. It was
Yeah.
very pretty. But like, I know Tony's wife, we had to be like, hey, Steph, like, pull your dress up so it doesn't hang in the. And there were a couple times where it went like the trail on Sam's train on Sam's dress.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, let's get away from the candles. But
yeah,
that,
Sam's
awesome.
mom was behind to like kind of make sure that didn't become too much of an issue. But I think the ceremony was great. Steve did an incredible job writing the ceremony. He wrote that from scratch himself.
It was great. He did a great job.
Yes. And I think I loved her vows, and I know she really liked my vows. And we had the one discrepancy of I thought I was being clever by counting the amount of days since we'd started talking to each other on the app, which was 901 days. And Sam she said 897 days, if I remember correct, which is the proper amount of days from the day of our first date. So it was really funny because it comes off as one of us, everybody looking at me, does not know how long they've been dating. But I did it from that moment as opposed to the first time we met.
I think it's very cool that you both had the same thought of putting because you didn't preview them at all, did you?
No.
Yeah, that you both had the thought of putting the exact number in, and then the fact that you had them like that there was a corrections department correction at the ceremony. But I mean, I gotta say this, like, I was checking in with you a couple times during the week, and like you were totally calm, and Sam I could tell was like having fun at her wedding.
Yes.
Even like the ceremony and everything was just so relaxed. Everybody was so chill. Nobody came off as overly nervous. Everyone knew it was gonna work. Yeah. And I think you guys could sense that calm from everybody too, that everybody was there to have a good time and celebrate. And as weddings have gone, and I've probably been to between family and being an altar boy for 4 years in grade school, I've probably been to 70 or 80 weddings.
Yeah.
Like that was the most laid back, calm collection of people in the wedding I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it just helped feed the vibe of the entire night. So it was great. It was just very low key and relaxed and fun. And everybody was, everybody looked great, but everybody was feeling good too. And it was perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So, lovey-dovey stuff happens. We actually get married, whatever. Everybody goes over for cocktail hour. And at least
a couple cocktails.
Yeah. What I remember from cocktail hour. Now, mind you, over the course of the day, and I know this is like everybody just knows this, when you are the one getting married, you don't eat near as much as you think you're going to.
No, you don't. I told you.
I knew it was going to be bad. I just didn't remember quite how bad that is and how extreme. To me, my favorite item from cocktail hour, from the little finger food they were passing out, was the chicken quesadillas.
Those were great. I also had the artichoke thingy.
Yeah, it was like almost like an arancini, right?
Yes, and that was great. And then what was the other?
Bacon wrapped dates. And there was coconut shrimp.
I avoided that because my wife is allergic.
Yep.
So avoided it. And I really screwed up. So I had for some reason, I had my phone in my hand. And then the appetizer lady comes by with all three. Like they're all on one plate.
Oh,
so
okay.
I take the artichoke thing, put that in my mouth. I've got a quesadilla and the bacon wrapped all in my hand at the same time. Oh no, the bacon wrapped date was on a stick.
Yes.
Yeah. So I put that in my mouth and I'm chewing it as I'm trying to hold all the stuff I'm holding. And I'm like trying to eat the bacon wrapped date while the toothpick is still in my mouth.
Oh God.
It was harrowing, but I got it done.
Nice.
I got it done. And they were all excellent.
Yeah.
The apps were so good. And I know you're going to get to the food too, but dude, everything I ate that night was phenomenal.
Yeah. Like, and I know it's going to come off as, well, yeah, it's your family's place now. And it's like, yes, for one thing, that is my family.
It's not my family. And I will say that is the best wedding meal I've ever had.
Nice.
In terms of like, okay, one of my cousins had a chicken tender mashed potato bar. That will never be beaten. Okay. But in terms of like standard wedding fare,
Yeah.
steak and chicken and cocktails and everything,
Yeah.
everything was top notch. And I do not work for the family.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm gonna yada over a lot of like the emotion and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're here for the food part of it and the fun. And yes, Shannon absolutely sobbed down the aisle. And as someone facing everybody, trying to hold their shit together, it was not appreciated.
Yeah, don't look at anyone.
Oh, I didn't. The only people I looked at the entire time were Sam, Steve, and his shaky hand handing me my vow book.
Yeah.
And like Shannon a little bit and the wall. If I looked at people out in the audience, especially my mom, I would have lost my shit even more. So I just avoided that at all costs. So then we get to dinner. And we came in, okay, we're married, that whole thing. We cut the cake.
I'm just warning you right now that the new Mrs. Rick Camp is in the chat, so you might not want to skip all the sentiment.
Well, I no, you know what sentiment I'm not going to skip because I'm going to make it awkward.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get there though. So we start off with the salad, which there was a salad. Kind of have to, there's people like Shannon that like greenery, so you kind of have to appease them. It's fine.
I don't know if anyone got the joke I added into my speech where I said part of the centerpiece fell into a plate in front of me. I didn't know what to do with it. So I don't know if people knew I was talking about salad, but if two people got it, that was an ad lib. I don't know how it didn't quite connect like some of the other ones.
Oh no, but you killed it overall. So Sam and I were just like trying to make the rounds, like between courses, you're just trying to see as many people as you can so you can say hi. One thing that I love that we did is instead of having like soup or something like that, we did family style pasta for the table. And we had the penne with the vodka sauce, and I thought that was a really nice touch. And we were eating even at night when we got back to the hotel, we were eating that pasta because it was so damn good.
You know what was great about that? Because I will say, all wedding food meals, like, they're not usually designed to make you full.
Sure.
The pasta, that is what that put it over the top. So if anyone was a little bit hungry after the entree, put a scoop or two of the penne on there.
Oh yeah.
I was good and stuffed. I actually needed a few minutes, like walk around, get a cocktail before the dancing began. Yeah.
So then we get to the main courses.
Yeah.
And I feel like let's just do all the food and then we'll get to the other stuff. I'll save the late night part for after.
Yes.
And I know we should probably before we get to dinner, am I safe in assuming that you got to the wedding in a Mazda?
I did. How did you know?
It's just a wild guess.
Actually, when you guys pulled up in the bus to take pictures you pulled up like for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Apparently took a picture and then left again in the bus. We're in the parking lot in our Mazda watching the whole thing happen.
Nice.
So I got a glimpse of you, but not Sam. So I was still surprised by Sam.
Nice.
But yes, I was in my Mazda CX-30, which got me out to the wedding in no time at all. And love my cars, love my Mazdas from Mazda of Orland Park. And you will too. Go visit them. Mazda of Orland Park is the website. Hit them up. Get in touch with our pal Eric Vates. He'll get you squared away with the test drive or answer any questions you might have. Or just walk into the showroom, because the great thing about Mazda of Orland Park is they do not harangue you when you are there. They say, do you need help? And you say, I'm going to look around. Yes, Paul Harangue. I'm going to look around, or yes, I need help. And whatever you need, they will do. They will not harass you until you run out of there screaming. No, they're there to help make it easy, take the pressure off. I love everything about the place. The service is great. Tell you about it all the time. So go to MazdaofOrlandPark.com. You will find a Mazda that you will love. I've got 2 of them. I will be a Mazda owner for life. They're the best cars I've ever owned. No doubt about it. So check them out at Mazda of Orland Park. Okay, to the food.
Yes. So the main courses. what I had was the filet.
Same.
Like the filet mignon, just it melted. It was
So good.
It was so good. Like we were so behind in terms of actually eating. That was the one thing I made sure while Sam is still talking to people to sit down and like inhale. Like
Yes.
it deserved better than to be inhaled, but I'll be damned if I was going to leave any piece of that filet
Good for you.
on the plate. And I think the low key, maybe not the star, but the breakout star was those Dauphinois potatoes.
Oh,
which, like, I don't even quite know how to describe them, but it was like almost in the shape of like a biscuit in a way. And it had enough of a crust to like keep the integrity of it, but it was just so soft and fluffy on the
almost
inside.
like a twice baked without the skin.
Yeah.
Like if you were to take like a cookie cutter and do a twice baked in that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a circular, like I don't know if it was a design or anything, but it was a circular shape.
Yeah.
And it had like the crispy crust but soft inside. That was dynamite. I saved it for last.
Yeah. And it's one of those where like when we were at the tasting and Sam was initially trying to think of the plate, she was thinking also about how the plate looks. And like, let's be honest, it's probably not the sexiest looking potato on a plate, but it sure as shit tasted the best.
It tasted sexy in my mouth.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Anyway, there were also green beans, almondine on the plate. They were very good for green beans, but they do remain green beans.
I ate that meal like a child. I saved my favorite thing for last. I got the beans out of the way right away.
Sure.
3 or 4 forkfuls, like put some salt on them, boom, gone. And I'm like, now I can focus on the stuff I want.
Yes. The other options, if you did not want the filet, were the herbed lemon chicken in a like cognac cream sauce.
It was good to see herb lemon chicken and Courtney at your wedding. Sorry. I'm an idiot.
Herb Lawrence was there.
Yes, he was.
With his lovely fiance, Courtney. Or you could have gone for the eggplant parm, which I heard was also fantastic, which I'm can only assume Shannon had, and I know Tanny had it as well. And Tanny,
I was trying to think who had it. Someone unexpected had it, and it was Tanny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I looked at him like, "Are you not a vegetarian?" He's like, "No, I just like to try it." Okay,
nice. So, like, I don't know, and mind you, no one was probably going to say, even if they didn't like it, to me in the moment. But like, everybody was like, so it was either, hey, that filet though, or those potatoes though. And like, we weren't even initially going to go with the lemon chicken, but when we tried it, we were like, yeah, this is it. This is the thing. We were going to probably do more of a pesto thing, but that one, we were like, yep, that's just too good to pass up. So I'm happy that we did it like that. And then the cake is so good. Like, we've had some of it every night since. So that is a lemon cake with raspberry mascarpone and the vanilla pastry cream.
Yes.
Dude, like, just the perfect, it's light enough, but also fairly dense and a moist cake. And it's from the ECBG Cake Studio, which was the one, I think, forever ago when we did the
tasting.
The tasting.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, the like how cool the elements were. Basically, you got to mix and match cake with filling and all that stuff. It was so good. And I 100% agree with Matt that lemon cake is so underrated, because it's one of those where, like, Steve is not the biggest fan of lemon, but he liked the cake, or at least said he liked the cake. So, and also just lemon and raspberry is such a perfect combo.
It's perfect. It was so good, dude. And I, again, like a child, ate all the cake first, and then ate all the frosting separate.
Nice. So I always have my first bite be of just cake. And then it's like, there's 3 sections of actual cake. I'll do cake bite, and then the like sandwich bites after that. Okay. So that's kind of how I usually attack a slice of cake. But
did you you guys had your back to me, or maybe the cameraman was in the way. Was there any cake face smashing?
No.
When you cut it?
No. On threat of divorce, there was no cake smashing.
Good move.
Yeah. Yeah, that was made crystal clear because possibly in a past life that had happened. And it was made very clear to me that would not be happening in the present life if I wanted there to be a future life.
Okay.
So that did not happen.
Loud and clear.
Yes. And the one thing that I think a lot of people missed out on because it was the late night food that like there were a lot of our score people left early, and shame on them.
I was the last man standing of the score people.
Yes, you were. You are not the youngest.
That's pretty pathetic, gang.
Yeah. Now I understand there's like Tony and Stephanie totally get it because
I was slightly concerned there'd be a birth at the wedding.
Yeah, they are within the window for sure. Like
100%.
Talking to Tony and Stephanie, they are within the window and couldn't be happier for them to have their second child. So like a congrats to them because that's going to could be happening right now and I wouldn't be totally shocked.
No.
But it was great to see them. So, there were reasons for some people, but our friends at Fredo's Culinary Kitchen came in real clutch with late night pizzas.
Yes.
Sam got these boxes made. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can see it's just a pizza with like one slice coming out of it. It says Rick and Sam, the newlywed pizza shop, established 2025. And like Mike and Chef Joe over at Fredo's could not have been any easier to work with. They made the whole process very simple, just like asked all the right questions, and made it very easy. Like, okay, you have how many boxes? How many pizzas do you want? Do you want it square or pie cut or all these different things that maybe Sam and I wouldn't have thought of? They helped make the process so easy. The communication was great, delivered right on time when we were hoping, and like nothing wrong. Everybody raved about the pizzas, and we kept it simple. Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
But man, like I know you were able to have one. I didn't even get to have, I had like one slice.
I was still full from dinner, so I took it home and had it the next day for lunch.
Yeah.
So clutch. It was so good, man. It was, I mean, a day later too, it was fantastic.
Yeah, so we got lots of rave reviews on that. So one, I think that's a fun idea for people to do at weddings. I remember that. I think that was a thing that Lawrence has done as well, and I think that's where I had first seen the idea.
Yep.
But if that's something you want to do, like, or really any catering, reach out to Fredo's.
Yeah, 100%.
Like 628 South Roselle Road, like Fredo'sPizza.com. Just reach out to them because they were so easy to work with. Made it a very minimal stress experience because everything wedding is stressful, but like had no issues at all with them and the process to get that done. I went in there, gave the boxes to Chef Joe, our guy, and he was like, yep, we got it. We do this. He was like, this is what we do. And it's just like awesome. Having guys that confident is awesome. So whether it's catering or like you're even just like the personal chef catering, like they have the flyers in there about just like, if you want to do personal chef catering, if you want to do like more healthy eating, or you can get the I'm Fat line of products, not the healthiest of eating, but definitely the most delicious. It's at Fredo's Culinary Kitchen. It's a place that's easy to get to. There's a lot of good stuff there. The giant mozzarella sticks. Just some of the options here, just like looking at the flyer. For one thing, the flyer is really cool looking. Just some of just examples of options you could have for the Fredo's personal chef catering. Mediterranean, Euro, and Greek steak pita bar.
Oh, God.
Yeah, for just any sort of catering. Teriyaki stir fry and bowls. Korean barbecue steak and chicken with rice. Italian chicken parm and spaghetti. You got daily subs that you can get, or dessert. And boy, howdy, the dessert. Triple chocolate brownies or Oreo brownies. Like I couldn't imagine the Oreo brownies from there because we've had the Oreo cookies, and the Oreo cookies are out of this world. Like carne asada steak taco bar and rice bowls. And like
it's all
reasonably priced as well. So like I'm telling you, Fredo's catering.com is also where you can go. Like, I'm telling you, check them out. Yes, they're a sponsor. Yes, we love them because our stuff is on the menu, but the love started before the menu.
Yes,
So
100%. Yep.
like 628 South Roselle Road for Fredo'sPizza.com, Fredo'sCatering.com. Check them out if you just want a meal or if you have an event coming up, because they were absolutely fantastic to work with. I love the guys over there. I'm indebted to them over there now, because to help out with the wedding, the way they did, and to really add that like special punch at the end was really cool. And I thank them for that.
Yeah, it was great. Everybody was so happy when you and Sam started delivering pizzas.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yes, late night pizza. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think I
Also-
asked you, like, where's this from? And you said Fredo's. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
they took care of you. It's wonderful. They did such a great job.
Yes, they did. And also in that picture, you can see suspenders, man. Suspenders are the way to go.
They're hanging on for dear life.
They really are. And the
No,
thing
dude,
is,
you looked great. And I could tell
Thank
you,
you.
you felt confident too.
yeah,
and
when
how
I was
you
wearing the
look, like-
jacket, I felt more confident than when I didn't. I just got so warm by the end, I didn't give a crap
Yeah,
anymore.
that's I was right there with you.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, like overall, the whole experience, it was everything I could ever hope for. And I think it was that for Sam too, which is really cool. The fact that like Marty and Shannon and you gave speeches, and like there was a nice balance of, just because you're so naturally funny, to be able to like be funny, sentimental, all the like I've done so much crying over the last like week. I'm just kind of done with it. So
Sure.
I'm a little bit yada yada yadaing this because I would rather not cry again, but I cannot thank you enough for speaking at the wedding. For
I was honored to do it.
yeah, like you guys doing that. That was another thing too, is everybody raved about all the speeches. Like, there's always a dud generally.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't a dud, which I
Shannon
was
a
very
little bit. I'm just kidding, because I know she's watching.
Right.
And she
No.
brought up your future podcast, you and her, with her Botox and burgers.
Yes. So
I
that
can say, I'm usually pretty good at spotting Botox.
Mhm.
Doesn't show on Shannon.
Yeah.
I don't know if she has it, but if she does, I can't tell. Which is the idea, right?
Yes, exactly.
Dude, I was watching, you ever watch Hacks?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Where Helen Hunt, the scene where
Mhm.
Helen Hunt was in there, I was like,
Mhm.
was she in a fire? Like her lips
Yeah.
look like, ooh, and Helen Hunt, dude, for me was like Mount Rushmore. Like Twister.
You were mad about her?
Yes. But Twister and
Mhm.
why am I blanking? Greg Kinnear and oh my God, As Good as It Gets.
Yes.
Her and that. Oh my God. And now I saw her in Hacks. I was like, ew,
Yeah.
stop. Put down the knife. Like, just age.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay to age.
Good Lord.
But yeah, so the wedding overall was fantastic. I'm married now. Got
Look
the
at that.
ring. Yeah.
Similar?
So- I don't know. Here, it's probably easier if I just
Yeah,
take
that's
the
good.
ring off. So
Oh,
mine
yeah. Oh, I like
is-
that hammered look.
Yeah, dude, I love the hammered look.
It's more of a brushed.
Yeah, and it's like it's more matte, but like the hammered part gives it a little bit of a shine, but
Yeah,
nothing
that's cool.
nothing too much. And I went with like a thinner one than previous, so it's comfortable. And dude, it's just like when things are going right.
Yeah.
That's what kind of the last couple years have been. So things have been going right, and it kind of culminated in that moment. And I know it's not like,
Culmination.
yeah, it'll get. I don't want to say it doesn't get better than that, because it might, but if that's as good as it ever is, I could die happy, because that was.
Well, don't do that. I mean,
Well, I mean,
logically,
logically,
don't die.
it's gonna happen, but like that was more than I could have ever asked for from everybody involved.
It was great. And I must say,
Hmm.
I spent more time, I wouldn't call it dancing, but moving my arms and legs to the beat of music
Yes.
for almost the entire time.
Yeah.
which
I'm
has
between
never happened to me before.
between you, Hope, Brian, and Sarah, like that group was like getting it the entire time.
Yeah. It was fun. And we got a shout out, by the way. I couldn't figure out how to get the video to play on here. But one of the coolest things is, and we were talking about this at the wedding,
Yeah.
you're able to add on a live saxophone player
Yeah.
who just jammed along with the DJ all night.
Yes.
His DJ, by the way, Dan Roan's son.
Yeah. And he's one of the best, and he's one of the best wedding DJs in the city.
He was great. And this is the second wedding in a row that I've been to where they have not played any slow music. And I'm here for it.
Sam was adamant about that.
It derails.
I love it.
It derails the party.
Yes.
It gives everyone an excuse to slow down and walk off. And then the DJ has to build it back up. Nope. Keep it going.
Yep.
A good mix of like 90s punk, 2000s like Fall Out Boy stuff, and like the wedding classics. He was great. The DJ was outstanding.
Yeah.
The saxophone was an awesome added touch.
Yeah. I wasn't sure quite how that was going to go. And like, I loved the saxophone player, and I got to talk to him afterwards. Went to NIU, was in the saxophone studio, like got his master's. And of course, like I know all the stuff about him. Do you think I even said, "Hey, I'm Rick"? What, like asked his name? No, that would have been smart. I didn't do that. So, but yeah, that was really cool because it's like creativity then for that person too, where there are spots to maybe add in more or solo. And what was cool is like from some of the horror stories I've heard about some people that do that, they make it all about themselves. That guy was like next to the DJ or near the DJ the entire time.
In the pocket, we call that.
Yes, in the pocket, and just knew his place and was awesome and added a lot to the wedding without having to be out on the dance floor doing all this other stuff. So like all the vendors, like everybody who was involved, like thank you. And if anybody has any questions or wants a recommendation, ask me and I can give names to you and you can see if they're a good fit for you.
100%. It was awesome. I was very pleased and honored to speak there, and just to experience it with you guys was very, very special to me and to Hope and everybody. So it was an unforgettable day, and both of you deserve the the happiness you've all found with each other. And I don't mean just you and Sam. I mean you and Sam and Steve and Shannon and the girls and Jeff and Karen and your mom and Shane and everybody. Like, it's just such an easy. I think somebody's used that term ease. Like there's just such an ease between all of you.
Yep.
And it feels like you've all known each other forever. And it's almost like if you believe in like a past life, it has that vibe to it. And I said that about Sam's family too, is the wedding was the 4th time I've met them.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're some of my closest friends. Like they're just like that. So you won the lottery. So did Sam.
Yeah.
Congrats to you guys.
Yep. And one last thing to really test if I can make myself not cry during this is I had a few people bring up that they got to meet Shane finally. They got to meet Casey finally, and everybody got to see him walk. And that was really cool.
Yes, it was. He was looked good, man.
Yeah, and he was apparently giving me shit the entire time too.
That's his job.
I had a couple people being like, "Yeah, he's busting your chops this entire thing." Fine.
I had never met Casey either.
Yeah.
I had a visual in my head.
And he didn't fit that, I guarantee you.
Not fat.
No, not at all.
You're the only fat camp.
Yes. I know. And everybody's like, "Boy, you're from your mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's short. Dude, I get it."
Your mom is very short. Like you were dancing with her. She's like, he can tuck her in his pocket.
when she was at her tallest, which is a very relative term, before she had some like back stuff happen, so she's like a little hunched now. She was like 5'1.5 inches, and she clung to that half inch like nothing. So I'm 6'1", give or take. So like I'm 6'1". Like my mom's like 4'10", pretty much by now would be my guess, and maybe she'll strike me down for saying that or whatever. But no, Bill, I am not 6'4". I'm 6'1", and my mom is short. She's pretty darn short at this point. And answer Steve's question asking about the first dance. Our first dance song was Beyond by Leon Bridges.
Yes. Great.
Mhm.
Great song.
Yep.
And use Humble and Kind, which is one of my favorites too.
Yeah, that
Great
was
song.
the mother-son
Father,
dance.
yeah. Mother-son dance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good job, Rick. Way to get married.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody for all the support over the last God knows how many years.
I realized I left my speech on the, I had like my pockets were so full of stuff
Yeah.
that I just started like dumping stuff on a table and I left my speech behind. So
Oh.
go digging through the garbage. You can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you so much. All right, we got to tell you about our friends at Nick and Ivy Brewing out there in beautiful downtown Lockport, 1026 South State Street. Visit them at nickivybrewing.com or their Facebook page, which is always updated, facebook.com/Nick and Ivy Brewing. It is Monday. They're closed in 7 minutes, so you're not going to make it. But tomorrow, Tuesday, music trivia at 7. They're doing a meet the candidates for the Lockport election on Wednesday. So if you're not from Lockport, go get a flavor of Lockport politics. Thursday, $5 pints. Friday and Saturday, live music. Always great stuff going on at Nick and Ivy. And oh yeah, the beer is freaking outstanding. So go get some of their amazing, amazing beers. Trying to look at some of their more recent releases. The newest beer they have is that interdepartmental IPA. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
It sounds fancy. 7.6% alcohol, a modern IPA with cashmere, Chinook, Citra, and Mosaic hops that meld tropical fruit, citrus marmalade, and resin together on a soft malt profile. Woo!
All right.
That sounds delightful.
Yes.
So go check it out at Nick and Ivy Brewing in beautiful downtown Lockport. All right, we got some ordinary show stuff to do too.
Yes.
Shall we do the Cheetos taste test?
Absolutely.
All right, I found these about an hour and a half ago
Mm-hmm.
at the unnamed mini mart in Flossmoor. These are the Cheetos Puffs cheese pizza flavored. Smell test.
Not great.
I mean, I'll go do Cheetos smell. You can see there's an orangey.
Mm-hmm.
This color is not translating well on the YouTube. It is more orange than that.
Okay.
Drop the first one. Too excited.
Oh. Yeah?
That's very good. That's very good. So take like the typical cheesiness of a Cheetos puff
Yes.
and cut it like 25%.
Okay.
And then add a little bit of that pizza spice, a little bit of oregano.
Nice.
That is very good. And it's not one of those things where you're like, I can only have one or two of these. I could eat a whole bag of these easy.
Nice.
Tomato power, cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese. Yeah. It's what you expect. I think what I'm tasting is a tomato powder, which is excellent. Those are real good. I've seen these at Mariano's and at my faceless convenience store on Flossmoor Road, right by Parker Junior High. If you're from the area, you know what I'm talking about, that place. And have you seen these yet, Rick? The KFC mashed potato poppers.
Oh.
Yes, these are deep fried mashed potato balls.
No bad words there.
Yes, now available at KFC. And I will say,
KFC giving you an actual reason to go.
yes, the one thing I think KFC had is a mashed potato advantage.
Yes.
Popeyes may have even crossed them on that, but their gravy's great. So you get the 5-piece mashed potato poppers that comes with a gravy dip cup, or you can get the Dunk It bucket, which is the 5 mashed potato poppers, a 3-piece tender, medium drink, gravy dip cup, and 2 dip cup sauces. So if you haven't tried their tenders yet, I don't know how much that meal costs, but that sounds like a really nice lunch. The Dunk It bucket from KFC.
Yes.
I promise everybody I will try that this week.
Nice. That
I like how
looks.
they have merch.
I know. It's like calm down.
It was
Can
so
you beat
fat.
Popeyes first?
Oh, speaking of merch, through
Hmm.
tomorrow, if you go to imfatmerch.com,
Mhm.
you can get a t-shirt for $13 or I'm sorry, a t-shirt for $16 or a hoodie for $35. But we want you to try a different site. TeePublic is trying something new.
Okay.
It's imfatpod.dashery.com. imfatpod.dashery.com. I'm going to throw it up here in the YouTube chat. It is also on our Twitter account. So if you want to follow that account, it's at imfatpod on Twitter. The link is on there. Through Tuesday, $16 t-shirts, $35 hoodies of all of our merch.
Okay.
So take advantage of that.
Did you see, since the Masters is coming up, Scotty Scheffler's menu?
I did.
I will say, good. Like, this is, a lot of them you'll see, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of whatever. This is a menu of a winner. And
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler had himself a hell of a year. So if you're just listening on the audio side, the apps are a cheeseburger slider, firecracker shrimp with a sweet Thai chili and sriracha mayo, for those that like such things.
So far, so good.
Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites with pecorino cheese and a tomato basil sauce. Yes.
Yep.
The first course now. Texas style chili with cheddar cheese, jalapeno, and corn chips.
100%. So far, so good, Scotty.
Exactly.
Scheffler.
We are toning down the uppityness of Augusta National. And I think I'm being pretty nice by calling it uppityness.
Yeah.
The main course was a choice of wood-fired cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish.
Down for both, but I'm
Yes.
taking the ribeye.
Oh, well, I'm taking the ribeye regardless because I don't really do fish. But like, if I did, that sounds like it'd probably be pretty good. And with it comes family style mac and cheese, jalapeno cream corn, soy glazed Brussels sprouts, and chipotle lime roasted sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes, I'm out.
All things considered, if there's only one thing that I'm truly just, like shooing away, not bad at all. And the dessert, buddy.
Yeah.
A man after our own hearts.
Home run, buddy.
A warm chocolate chip skillet cookie with vanilla bean ice cream. Touch them all, Scotty Scheffler.
Yes. Scotty Scheffler is my new favorite golfer. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. If you walked into my basement, I would say, hey, you in the polo and khakis probably. Who are you? That is a really well done.
Inspired.
I got to say, some heavy food to eat pre-golf. Is it after the round?
No, this is like a couple days before.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, you need a couple days with the chili and the burgers and the everything. I'm like burping subconsciously from it.
Yeah, that's an inspired menu. So Scotty Scheffler had one of the better years on record, and no wonder why.
Scotty Scheffler, where is he from? Ridgewood, New Jersey. Okay. I was thinking maybe a Texas guy, but not fat.
No.
He's not a fat.
There's really not many fat golfers anymore. It kind of is disappointing.
Yeah. Let's look at his wife.
The problem is
she's blonde with a center part. Crazy.
John Daly's still around, just not really on tour much.
Yeah. Well, good for him. You know what? That is as good of a Masters menu as I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Scott E. Scheffler. All right. Are we ready to query the Chubs?
I think we're well past due.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat's brought to you by our pal, Charlie the Bacon Guy. And here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have applewood smoked bacon, French toast, maple pepper, Cajun, Korean barbecue, cherry Dr. Pepper, which I'm renaming to Dr. 23 because that sounds the most fun to avoid legal problems.
Good thinking.
Six pepper and chorizo. Bacon jams are the original, the bourbon, and the spicy. Keep those orders coming. Any order over $75 gets a free R&D project of mine that I have in stock. I currently have venison bacon, pulled bacon, and lardones. The cinnamon rolls and pork belly rolls are going to come again in the next 10 days, hopefully. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
All right. I devoured 2 Cheeto Puffs during that read, so forgive me. CharlieTheBaconGuy.com is the website to order. CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com is how to get in touch. Get your orders in. That, what do you call it? Pepper 23 or Dr. 23?
Dr. 23.
Yeah. That stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go for it. I mean, it's all great, but the cherry.
Oh.
Dr. 23.
There you go.
Very, very good stuff. Get yourself some of that. All right. We have one voicemail. If you want to leave us one for next week, 708-858-3314 is the number.
Hey, Fats. Long John Silver's Kyle here. First and foremost, Rick, congratulations. What an amazing weekend you must have had.
Thank you.
Now, I'm a few episodes behind, so I candidly didn't know it was Rick and Sam's wedding weekend. I'm more concerned with beer and St. Patrick's Day and March Madness. And so here I am.
Fair.
It's Friday night, the night of your wedding. It's like 12:30. I go on Uber Eats because I'm a little baked, half drunk, and I need some food. And I go to the McDonald's app, and it's buy one, get one free, 20 nuggets. And well, what the hell am I going to do with 40 nuggets? But obviously, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Well, and then I go to the checkout, and I got 2 hot fudge sundaes with it too. So like the 1 20 nuggets and 2 hot fudge sundaes made my order like $17. Well, Rick, guess what? If you spend $15 or more, you get a free 10-piece nugget. I want to know where I'm going with this. 20 minutes later, 50 nuggets and 2 hot fudge sundaes show up at my door for $18. As I'm eating like my 14th nugget, I go on the Facebooks and I see a picture of Rick and Sam from their wedding. And all the stars aligned, and it was at that moment that I knew those 50 nuggets for the price of 20 were a gift from Rick and Sam.
Goddamn right.
Best wishes. Thanks for all you guys do. And just know that Long John Silver's Kyle will be eating nuggets all week. Take care, boys.
Wait, all week?
Yeah, that's one
Kyle.
meal. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's one meal.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
meal.
He might be a normie. I wonder if he did the old, hey, everybody, the food's here.
Yeah.
When you order something embarrassingly large.
Yes. The at-home version of the ordering all that food and when you're and having the phone up like, okay, honey, what did you want? You said fries, right? Okay. But it's all for you.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I have made a habit when I get a 20-piece, I get 2 pops. Because I just feel like,
yeah,
I'll probably drink it anyway.
I don't think you have to do that for a 20-piece. Now, in that situation where it's like a BOGO, maybe now the 2 Sundays, though, that's the clutch part. Because then that's very plausibly 20 nuggets in a Sunday, which is maybe kind of a fats meal, but that is still some plausible deniability.
Good point. Yeah.
That was awesome.
That might be the best voicemail in a while.
The only thing that could have made it better is if he said that he knew he finished all of it by the time the reception was over.
That's if you really truly want to honor Rick and Sam, that's what you would do.
True.
All right, we got one email. Let's get to it and wrap this show up.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
All right, we have one email this week. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. This one comes from Tim. Excuse me. He says, first, congrats to Rick and Sam. I'm super happy for you, dude. Wanted to chime in on the rack of lamb that Jay had. This is one of the easiest, really good pieces of meat to cook at home, but largely overlooked. Most of them are in the grocery stores, are overpriced and undersized. When I get them, they are almost always at Costco. There are fancy ways to prepare it, of course, but I just use olive oil, salt, pepper, and rosemary as a seasoning. Roast it in the oven, sear it beforehand, and then finish it in the oven. I use a thermometer for medium rare, but you can also check by touch. and cut it in half if you're unsure. Super easy and super quick and awesome. For guys our size, you will eat most of a rack, but one for a couple is sufficient with sides. I make an au jus with the package from the store to go along with it. I know this isn't a cooking podcast, but if you enjoyed the rack of lamb that much, you will be shocked at how simple it is to enjoy it at home too. Good advice.
Like it.
I'm at Costco often.
Yes.
Maybe I will get a rack of lamb there and do it. I got it at Trattoria Ricardo. I may have said that backwards. Might be Ricardo Trattoria, but whatever it is. And it was just maybe three bones worth of rib.
Yeah.
Of rack of lamb, and it was delightful, but not a ton of meat. So I will certainly evaluate how much meat. I could have eaten probably 4 of what they sent me.
Okay.
It was a fancy restaurant, So I'll check Costco.
Fair
Good
enough.
advice. All right. We did it.
Yes. So a reminder to everybody that Wednesday there will be another episode because we will have the March Fatness selection show.
And that will be audio only for the record.
Audio only for that one, honestly, because it makes it easier logistically for us.
Yes, it does.
Yes, big time. So I'm really excited. I know some of the things that Sam has prepared because remember, Jay and I each have a region of the bracket like normal.
Yep.
But also the corrections department does. Hope and Sam each have a region in March Fatness, so no pressure.
We have to win, dude.
Yes, we do. And voting will start this Thursday in some way, shape, or form. To be determined, even though it sounded like I had it determined before, but I might have messed it up.
It sounded pretty well determined.
Yeah, so we'll see. Follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Thank you, Daniel. Saying congrats to me and Sam, and also to Steve. So I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Send in suggestions if you want for March Fatness. We can always use a couple more. Love that. Spotify video. I really don't like having the best part about all this is not having the spotlight on me anymore for all the wedding stuff and people saying nice things. That part's over, thankfully. You watch our videos on Spotify, listen to the podcast on Spotify, leave us reviews on Spotify, all that stuff. For merch, I'mFatPod.dashery.com.
Yes, the old site works too, but if you want to take advantage of the sale, the $16 shirts and $35 hoodies, you got to go through the Dashery link, I'mFatPod.dashery.com.
And then youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe, like each video. And if you're watching us live, thank you very much, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook. But, just throw the podcast in the background, maybe mute it. So that way we can get that extra time watched, which helps us out to juke the numbers. And speaking of juking numbers, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed and leave the 5-star rating and review. Check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Nick and Ivy Brewing, and thank you again to Fredo's Culinary Kitchen for everything they did to help out with the late night pizzas for the wedding. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
Sit down. She's also the bitch.
All right.